Hey everyone! After the feedback I got from the last video I did, where I did a demo review on front of one of my games from my team's season in ETF2L Premiership Highlander, I thought I'd continue it because it seemed people wanted to see more of them. Last time around I did the grand final. We looked at King of the Hill, we looked at Product, which we won 3-0. So obviously, spoiler alerts, we win the season, so these games we're going to be seeing us winning. But I thought I'd take a look back at some of the other games that we played during the season. So seeing as we started off with the final and King of the Hill, I thought I'd try to look at a different map type, and I'd take one step back. We look at the semi-final. We played against High Panda in the semi-final, and we played on Upward and Barn Blitz. Upward being our team's map choice, Barn Blitz was theirs. So seeing as we played Upward earlier in the season, I thought I'd show you that one instead. But I'll show you Barn Blitz today, and take a look. So this was the semi-final. This is the first map that we played. If I just get play demo, and yeah, so High Panda obviously a really experienced team, longest team in the Premiership. They've always finished in the top 3. So this semi-final meant the fact that they lost, it meant they finished third, and we got a chance to play in the final. So it was a high pressure situation. This was the first playoff round that we played in. So there was a lot of pressure. But we handled it pretty well, and 2 payloads. So we're going to look at Barn Blitz. There was 2 rounds because it was best of 3. We won both rounds. So we'll take a look. This first one we start off by attacking, and then you can see, and then the later one we start off defending, and then we try to attack later. Once again, just looking at my my gameplay, my team's gameplay, what's going through my mind at the time, what my team's trying to do, and what I'm trying to plan and stuff like that. Coming into the game, we obviously expected a very hard game. We played these guys in the regular season on Warm Tick, which we'll have a look at another time, and Process. We won Warm Tick, they won Process. So we were pretty level pegging, I felt, skill-wise. But, in our scrims, we always seem to have an advantage. But the thing that was kind of resting uneasy in our minds was the fact that we played these guys on Barn Blitz in a scrim at the start of the season, and they did actually win quite comfortably. So we were kind of like, oh, that's why they picked this map. Looking at their roster, the big things on this map was to make sure Tracker, their sniper, didn't get too much space and time. If he get too much space and time, he was just going to, snipe all of us. And Grange Bob was going to be going after me a lot. So I expected to have a lot of spy pressure on me. We're just taking a look at the greats here, because we know High Panda like to do the kind of crit strat, where they use the crits on the medic, plant some sticky traps around the entrance, and then you can see Mookie died in the kill feed there. He goes back to the spawn, and then later on he respawns with Medigun, and because the Medigun charges quickly, it doesn't make a difference. So we've got like different groups of players here. We've got people who are going to be pushing the cart, which is kind of our scout and our NG. We've got people trying to get picks, so we've got Cloudy, our sniper, and Toast, our spy. They're going to be trying to get some picks on important classes. We've got our distraction players, Amelia's going to be trying to make a distraction. And we've got our jumpers, like Steve's going to be doing distraction as well on Pyro, and Corv and Raptor are going to be the guys jumping in and trying to get a big damage, big pick, something like that. A medic force, a medic kill, medic drop, or something like that. So straight away we see Tracker gets the kill onto Seal. So that's going to slow our cart pushing. I'm just sitting in the spawn. I'm just trying to buff people as best I can. I don't want to peek, because I don't want any chance of them seeing me or anything like that. But you can look at the kill feed. Raptor does a quick jump through the barn, and he actually drops their medic. And Emilio takes down Hildreth, who's their demo. So we've got a medic drop. They've lost their medic. They've got no Uber, and we've killed their demo, so they've got no spam on this slope. So I'm comfortable to come down. Toast takes down the heavy as well, so they've got no combo whatsoever. I'm just trying to be aware that I don't get sniped, I don't get stabbed or anything like that. I'm just checking around, trying to keep people healed. We're not jumping into them. We want to get the cap. Like, we don't want to jump straight into them and just have a fight for no reason when the cart's not even there. But we do get a good pick onto Doom as he's trying to get out. That's the engineer, so he's not going to have a sentry up. And also, I use this Uber here. I think I got a little bit spooked by the sniper. The fact that the sniper was there, I didn't want to get forced or drop it. And Toast, meanwhile, in the background is just going huge. Takes down the heavy again. Steve takes down the sniper, and then you look again in the kill feed. Cloudy takes down Mookie, the medic, This was a little bit worrying from me. Worst case scenario, I could have died there. So I should have stayed a bit further back, but luckily Steve was there to help me and Corv out. But because we got that medic pick and because we got that late NG pick on the first point, it meant that we could just roll this onto third. And we're getting good picks. Like everyone was on fire. Like on this round, it was just insane. And their medic is not going to have Uber before us, so that means we can just walk in and pretty much take this. But we're not going in just yet. You see, like I'm playing with my back to the wall. I don't want to get backstabbed. I don't want to get sniped. I'm not peeking anywhere unnecessarily. And we're not going into the last area. Like we're just waiting for that cart to go forward. Like Emilio is our main caller, and he's the guy that's saying, guys, just wait for the cart to pull up. I use this Ubers. I use it a little bit fast. I used it because I wanted to bring Thalash in, and he dies. I should have just taken the extra 2 seconds it would have taken to buff him. But the good thing is Corv goes in. Corv and Emilio do so much damage. I just rotate because I want to get the high ground. Because I want to be on top. I don't want to be on the floor where I could get spammed. But meanwhile, everyone is just destroying everything. And we want to lock down these spawn doors. Corv should have been a bit further forward maybe there. And lock down one of the spawn doors. But 2 minutes and 40 seconds is the fastest I've ever seen. And you see Cloudy says in the chat, a bit quick. I think that's the fastest time I've ever seen in a high level game. We had a quick pause here because Granger Bob needed to their spy needed to disconnect and reconnect. But 2 minutes 40, I don't know of a faster time in a competitive game, let alone a Premiership game or a high level game. So like coming into the semi-final and setting a time like that on a map that they picked, we were just so hyped. We were just like, okay, this is going really well for us. But you can see the thing there. It was just playing it slow, and even though we were getting huge picks, like even on when we were pushing third, Toast managed to take down the engineer. So he wouldn't have if he'd got out, he would have had a sentry on the last point. Which would have slowed us down a little bit more, but because we got that pick, it meant that we could push through that left side, not knowing we didn't have to deal with the sentry, and just waiting in certain positions till the carts rolled forward. Like the cart is so important on payload in general. I know that's kind of obvious to say, but it's really important as an attacking team to make sure you get the cart through certain spaces. So when you're doing an Uber push, other people need to be pushing that cart and making sure it gets through, the choke points, up the ramps and things like that. But also as a defending team, you've got to make sure that doesn't happen. And even if your combo is under a lot of pressure or you start losing players, as long as that cart's being defended, you're actually going to save yourself time. So I'm just going to go here and just speed this up, times 600. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. So that's we're just building here. People doing their suicides like you do on payload, so that Seal can build his sentry, and Raptor's just whipping him to make sure that it means he can run a little bit faster. It means he can build stuff a little bit quicker because he can get to those areas quicker. But yeah, we just have this sentry back here. This is the default spot generally in Europe. I've seen in North America they like to have it in the barn, whereas in Europe we kind of play with a flank in the barn sort of area. But 2 minutes 40, looking at the clock right now, I'm telling everyone to calm down. My job is to make sure everyone keeps a level head, making sure people don't go on tilt if we're struggling, making sure if we're winning in a situation like this, people don't get too overconfident. I'm just saying, guys, if we can do 240, they can do 240. Let's just play it smart. We played this nice and simple. We're gonna win. We're gonna win this. So I'm holding in the same position as Mookie was holding when he dropped to Raptor. So obviously, my thinking right now is making sure everyone is buffed. I think I asked, are they running crits? I'm not sure if they were. Cloudy Sniper, I need to make sure he's always at 185. He's going to be challenging people in that barn area, and I have to make sure that he doesn't get taken down. Now Corv's quite weak there, but he managed to pick up the pack. So I'm able to give other people buffs while he's kind of playing passive. Now I hear that they've used Uber. I'm just going to keep it on Steve here. I'm telling to everyone else. I'm saying to Emilio, try to stay out. But it's okay that he came in because he dealt some damage. But the bad thing about that was that we lost Seal. The good thing is we totally nullified their Uber, and we've kept the majority of our players alive. Now NG down is is a bit of an issue. Ass there just running away. He kept bonking behind us. The thing about bonking behind, you got to be aware of it, but don't get like stressed about it, you know. And he wasn't able to do much there. But we haven't got a sentry here, so we have to be careful. And yeah, this is where things start to get a little bit bad. Losing a few people, but Seal's up here and he's managed to get a level 2 up. But we don't have a heavy, but I'm not too worried as long as Steve's alive. And Cloudy gets the drop onto Mookie there. Mookie drops Uber there, because Cloudy, we've allowed our sniper to get forward. So I'm playing in this corner, and I like to have a dispenser on the stairs, just on the left hand side there, which Seal is probably going to get around to. But until then, a spy can get up here very, very easily. So that's why Steve's doing a lot of spy checking, catches him out. Just like, I didn't even remember that happening, but that's just basic. But because we haven't got much ground control, they are getting behind us. So we've got Uber, they haven't got Uber. We just need to waste time, and 40 seconds to go. That's pretty much game. They can't cap the last point, so I just need to just chill out. And I think at this point we're just sort of this is just for the logs, really. This is just for the stats. I just use the Uber because why the hell not? And yeah, I mean the game's over. 20 seconds. It's physically impossible for them to cap, but in our heads, like, we managed to hold them at second point. And we feel pretty chuffed about that. So that was the first round, which it was kind of like a lightning round. And I think knowing them, they would probably say, oh hey, that's just a warm-up round, and we have to think of it in the same way. Like, that's one round, we still need to win the next round. So yeah, that was 1-0 to us. So I'll go to the second demo, which should be this one. And on this one we'll be defending first, so we'll be on the red team first, and it'll be High Panda trying to set the time, and then we'll beat it. So yeah, they're just switching because the config. There we go. So it's the same premise as before, but we don't want to be forced back too easily on any of the points. Obviously, Barn Blitz is a payload map that really plays along the lines of knowing when to get out of each point. On a lot of points you can kind of get away with being out late on certain maps, but on Barn Blitz, we punished High Panda on the first round because they stayed in certain places, and we were able to keep getting those kills and keep rolling it. So we just have to think in our minds, okay, don't get into a position where we lose everybody on one point. Don't get into a position where we haven't got enough people to get to the next point. So we've basically got the same setup, playing with our sentry back here, playing with our combo, kind of playing around the ramp area, and we'll have our sniper on our flank just kind of watching through the barn. Cloudy just rotates and snipes whatever he can. Seal likes to stand on here. I mean, it seems to work for him. The thing I'm worried about now is making sure there's no spy getting behind me. Now it's Granger Bob, so I know that he's not really traditionally going to use the ambassador, so I'm not too worried. But if it was an ambi spy, I'd be looking around kind of the area in front of me for someone like walking around and maybe trying to go for an ambi. Now the Uber was called there, and I'm not sure if I should have used the Uber because we really denied it really well, and that maybe a little bit of a mistake from me. That I shouldn't have. I didn't really need to use it. There's no such thing as a free Uber. It means they're going to have about a 10-15% advantage now, and it means they can start throwing suicides, and I can die now. So I haven't got an Uber to force. Really lucky there. How I managed to escape. We lose our demo, and things are getting a little bit hairy right now because we got into that position where they killed us on the repush, and we lose Emilio. Now Emilio, our heavy, does kill the medic, so he goes for these crazy plays sometimes, and that's what I think really makes a difference for him. So I'm kind of holding on this area, knowing that if anything comes up those stairs, Steve can deal with it. Anything that comes through main, our sentry's watching it. Now I've got Uber, we've got our players up, and I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable now, and I'm thinking, okay, as soon as that dispenser gets put up in that area, we can kind of settle down and get into our normal position. But right now I like to play around this area. Also, there is a sniper sight line where Seal is kind of where our sentry is. If a sniper is getting aggressive and he's not being denied, he can walk up and actually snipe me on that corner, which is why I'm not standing too close to the sentry. You can actually see the dot on the top left sometimes. We've lost our sniper, which means we've got really bad kind of coverage now. They can walk quite far forward. We've got no heavy, and then Zoob takes down that Corv. So our things are going not too great for us right now. We've lost our heavy, our demo, our sniper, our sentry. So Seal starts trying to build a really aggressive sentry here, and then Cloudy, Toast, everyone, just Raptor going huge and just getting kills on important classes, taking down the combo. And that's why we're playing on floor, because playing on floor I can run straight out to third if I need to. But we managed to clean up those kills, Raptor going huge there, and that means that we can go back up and take... If we're up here and we've not got very many players, they can cut us off from underneath and then we just get destroyed. So that's what kind of why we rotate to the floor and to the top. Now I use here, and I don't know why. I think the call was that they Ubered, and I used it on Steve to kind of push them back, but they didn't even try walking up. So that was a bit of an odd thing from them. Once again, you know, that corner is the only place that he could have been there, so I felt the nudge and I turned around. But we're still not kind of comfortable here. They've got ×3 on the cart. We haven't got a sentry in a good position. Seal's trying to build one up, and at this point, yeah, I get backstabbed, which I think is my fault. I should probably have been looking around that area, seeing as I knew the spy was alive. So now all we're thinking about is let's get to third. Let's get some sort of hold on to third and see what's going on. Now, Falash's kill there is actually really, really big, because if he hadn't have killed Doom there, he could have built up a sentry, built up a teleporter or something, and got their reinforcements up to that house. And that house is really, really important on Barn Blitz, especially on third. But as it's looking, it doesn't look like we can actually hold third. You know, they've got a lot of time on the cart. We haven't got position. You know, we're not healed up. We got Conch, and I think Raptor's call was he wanted to go in and do something with it. But I don't know. I didn't want to. So Raptor going in by himself and trying to... He gets damage, he gets a kill. But for me... and then I get backstabbed. I didn't even... That was just silly. You know, I'm trying to get my arrows out. I'm trying to get a kill or something, but... You know, help with that, Steve with that fight. I didn't need to. Steve could have held that by himself. So I should have been, you know, watching the area and checking myself. So... Yeah, I mean, I just respawned. Now, I'm sticking on Uber here, and we're kind of doing this a bit of a passive hold, because, you know, if they Uber into us when we're holding up top, which is kind of the traditional hold, we're just going to get destroyed. So we just need to force them early, and then we can retake that ground. And here, it's just all about me making sure the important people stay alive, which in this fight, it's Emilio, it's Corv, and it's Steve. Now there, I didn't know what to do. I'm just going to stand in the corner and I'm going to hope that Steve and Emilio can kill him. And he did. If he got me there, we would have been in trouble. We would have had to have gone for a passive hold. Now I buff the spy, and then he goes for the stair stab on me. But I didn't fall for the stair stab, so that's a positive. But I really, at this point, you know, in my head, I'm saying to myself, be more aware of the spy. It's Granger Bob, he is going to be on my back non-stop, so I really need to kind of pay more attention. But because we've got Uber, we've got all of our our key combo players up, we can hold here. Now, that was just, I don't know, silly from us. I'm not quite sure what happened, whether no one was watching or no one could deal with it, but for Zoob to be able to have that free jump up the stairs, that wasn't good. And it now means that they've got Uber advantage. So, because we've got the players up, we're still holding up here. We did lose Corv, our demo, but we're still thinking, okay, let's start to back off now. Give Raptor an arrow. Like, Raptor is on his own over there on the in the locker area. sometimes he's going to have the lash with him, sometimes he's going to be on his own. So for me to give him heals is quite important, and those arrows at times. But you can see they actually Uber in, and we've got so many people here. It looks very messy, but we're actually in control. And Cloudy going ham there, 5 kill streak. He's just cleaning up the players that are coming in and they're on their own. And yeah, because we managed to get that hold, once again I'm in a position where I've got Uber. We've got our important players up, our combo players, and we can get them back to the front line. So yeah, at the moment we're feeling comfortable, and we're thinking, okay, if they push within the next minute or so and they do cap, it's still a decent time for us. That's what I'm always thinking in my head. So it's 4:30 after 3 points. We're comfortable at the moment. We're comfortable. We really need to make sure someone's always watching that front area. Raptor here has got the conch, so we want to Uber out and try and get their medic. Now the medic is the kill here. We need to get their medic, and we just get screwed over. Really, really bad push. Corv and Raptor, I think, got a little bit of tunnel vision for the medic, which is understandable. They need to. But the pyro pushed me away from Emilio. If I could have flashed Emilio, everything would have been fine there. But because I was just out of reach, I think I shouldn't have walked that far forward. I think I should have stayed a little bit more passive and been able to at least flash Emilio downstairs. Because I didn't, he got killed by Ast, who then, I get gangbanged by him and Gorston. So again, we're doing this passive hold. And yeah, they're getting aggressive and they lose their demo, which is really, really good for us because it allows us, there's going to be less spam, and you can see we're cleaning up the kills with this hold. And once again, I'm building up the Uber. I give Raptor an arrow. And Thrash is more mobile. He can get to me and take a buff if he needs to. And in this situation, we've got a little bit of downtime. When you've got those moments where you've got a little bit more time, I can go and buff people if they need it. But I think we're neglecting this stair a bit. So, I don't know. I think having Corv there on his own isn't a good idea. And once again, I'm getting forced. All they do is send their demo and their soldier up by themselves, and they get the force on me, which is it's much too easy for them to do that. So that's bad play on our part. So that's something maybe we need to look at. We have a little bit more presence on that front stair area. So once again, we're at an Uber disadvantage. We need to bear that in mind. There's 5 minutes left on the round timer, and it's looking good for us. This is a good time. This is a good hold for us so far. But the round's not over. We need to get as much time as we can. Because we've got all of our combo players up, we are actually holding aggressive, and Emilio gets taken down, but we actually get a decent amount of kills because they're coming in from new flank, and it actually means we retain the high ground. And because of that high ground, we actually get so much damage down onto them. We clean it up, and Seal's really smart sentry there is underneath, which meant it's blocking main, and they have to deal with it if they come get any more aggressive on us. So that's good rotation from him, and it was a smart decision by Emilio. And then I drop, which was bad. Granger Bubba was in the corner, and Steve caught him and kind of air blasted him, but I suppose he was still within range to get the kill on me. So yeah, all that good work was undone. I had to be a little bit more aware. That's the thing, in situations like that when the fight's going on, I perhaps lose a little bit of focus and forget about the spy, which is when the good spies strike. They go for you when there is a distraction, and I'm trying to concentrate on who I'm healing and rotating around to different positions. So we're doing this kind of passive hold again because once again they've got Uber advantage, and we can't let them just kind of demolish us at the choke. But still, we've chalked off another couple of minutes, and at the moment we're really kind of comfortable. There's nothing that they're throwing at us that's really kind of throwing us off piste. Leo's our sniper, which is not good. We need some pressure on him. Then we got our second sniper Toast, who gets the kill on him. So Toast putting pressure on the sniper all the time. Now that was really close there. Emilio is always proud of his sandwich throwing, and he had one prepared for me. And I use the Uber here simply because we've lost a lot of players, and I don't know, I felt that it was necessary for us to use the Uber. Probably not a good pop. I don't think we needed to pop there. We could have actually held it for a little bit longer, because with only Emilio there, we weren't going to take any ground. And perhaps that was a bit of a mistake on my part. But then Corv takes down their medic. So things are actually, even though I did that kind of poor pop, because we got their medic, we're still in a good position. Like, we're still got an advantage. I'm weak, and I don't want Amelia to get any more sandwich points, so I run to the resupply. So less than 2 minutes now on the round timer, and in my head I'm starting to think, okay, we can hold this to the end. Like, if we can stop them from capping last, then we only need to cap third. And not only does that put us in a really strong position, when you're an attacking team and you've only got 3 points to cap, it's really good. So I get forced there again. Didn't have enough players on the front, but I'm just going to keep up the lash. He can lay down the meat shots and get some damage, but he doesn't actually get any kills. So they're in an advantage here. And sort of at this point, I know it's not the right way to think, but at this point, even if they do cap, we still have a really good time. I almost get trick stabbed there, because I'm going for the Uber Swords, which maybe that's me. That's thinking about the time, letting my concentration slip. I should just let my team deal with those spies. An Uber Sword would have been good, but Raptor kills Mookie anyway, kills the medic, so it doesn't matter. Their advantage has been lost. Less than a minute now, and we're just kind of, okay, we need to hold off one more push for them. I've nearly got Uber. All I need to do is make sure we don't drop too many players during that Uber, and we've got this last hold done. And yeah, just trying to keep everyone healed. There's a lot of people who give him some shots. Medic and Seal again, he's moved his sentry, just keeps the other team guessing. They don't know where the sentry's going to be. Now we're in. Some people were like, let's push out. It's like, no, we're not pushing out. Let them come to us. We use the Uber, we just block it. There's no need for us to get aggressive. But then Emilio is like, fuck it, I'm going. So it's like, okay, they're really close, and Emilio just gets a ton of damage. And because we take down those players, it's impossible for them to really get anyone forward, so we actually managed to hold last. So coming into the attacking phase now, we just have to capture the first 3 points, which is good. I mean, Barn Blitz last traditionally is always really difficult to attack, and on the pro version they've made some changes, and especially in the latest versions there's a lot of different there's the new flank area, there's wider stairs and things like that, which make it slightly easier to push, but nevertheless it is a difficult thing to push. So knowing in our mind we don't actually have to push last, unless it takes us longer than 4:29 to capture the first 3 points. But no, we're in good spirits, and once again I'm just telling the guys, right, let's focus, let's just do what we did in the first round. If we repeat what we did in the first kind of round, then we win already. But we just need to keep our pushing going and know what we're doing. So once again we're going to separate into our little groups, people doing the distracting, people doing the pushing, people doing the jumping, and hopefully we can get something. And I'm just going to sit and spawn, and anyone who comes to me I'm just going to buff them. Usually Cloudy, the sniper, he's going to be playing close to me, and he just sniped from spawn. He's running change to the Machina now, and yeah, I'm just kind of waiting. This is where I'm kind of chilling, and I look at the kill feed, and if anyone major goes down, like sometimes in all of the chaos and people jumping in and stuff like that, something doesn't get noticed. So I'm always checking the scoreboard, checking the kill feed, and saying, look, they're missing these players, they're missing that player. So right now I'm saying, okay, right, Toast kills the sniper. So I'm like, look, there's no sniper, there's no heavy, because their heavy died earlier on. Now their scout's getting a few kills on us on the flank, which isn't good. but Corv there, so close to dying. Now, something I used to do was kind of pop quite early, and here was bad. Like that was bad from me. I didn't want to have to use my Uber up there because we'd actually cleared and we had the high ground, but they had a sentry there, and I don't know. That was dodgy as well. I could have dropped there. I didn't realise the sniper was aggressive. So there's a couple of mistakes going on here, and then I'm getting forced. So at the moment, this isn't really good, and I just think this is maybe communication problems. The sniper wasn't called that he was that far forward, and it wasn't called that we were going for the sentry. And I didn't react fast enough with that Uber, but for some reason, we're getting the right kills and it's working for us. And we actually forced their Uber. So we've got the cart in a good position now on second. And it's only taken us a couple of minutes to, less than 2 minutes to do it. And then Seal, he goes huge with the panic attack, that shotgun that you reload, and he takes down the medic and the heavy. And we also killed the demo. So now this is pretty much our point for free. I've got a huge Uber advantage, and I'm thinking, right guys, let's get the cart forward, let's focus, and then I can use the Uber, we can capture third using the Uber. They've got nothing to defend it with. Their sniper just went down, so we're in a really good position. If we capture this now in the next sort of 2 minutes and 10 seconds, then we've won, and we win this map. And I'm just trying to keep the heals on the people forward, which in this case is Corv, simply because he's the one who can get the damage on the sentry, he's the one who can get the damage on the people far forward. And I'm not sure what I was going for there. I should probably have backed out, but I'm trying to keep it on the lash so that he can get some kills, and he gets so many kills. Everyone's just barreling forward, and the call now is, right, we've got the kills, focus the cart. We don't need to walk into last, because we've still got 1 minute and 40, and if we cap this we win, which we do actually get the cap. So that's how we took the first map, which was Barn Blitz. And yeah, that was the semi-final. We went on to play Upward against them, and it was a similar story. We won both rounds 2-0, so that's how we got into the final. But I won't show you that one. We're going to call it a day with this review. And I'll go over some of the other demos. We've got Upward in our week 1. We've got Warm Tick, and we have Badwater and Gravel Pit. Those are the ones I've got in my mind that I like to go over. So if you want to see more of these, I'll try and continue doing them as I can. But I hope you guys pick something up. If you've got any questions, always let me know, and I'll try to answer them to the best I can. And if you've got any comments, let me know. Leave them in the comments. See you next time.